Gary from Magnum Ceramic Coating. Thanks for tuning in, and in today's video what we'll be doing is a durability test on the graphite coating product. As you can see here, I've got different types of objects that we're going to test on. On my right hand side we've got a panel that has no coating applied to it, and then on the left hand side here we've got 5 layers of Magnum ceramic graphite coating on there. So what we'll do today is pretty much do a scratch test using these various objects here. So from right to left it progressively gets harder. If you've seen a lot of the marketing videos that a lot of other ceramic coating companies do, they do a lighter test where they use the back of a lighter and they try and scratch the applied surface for lighter. So we're going to try that. We're going to use keys. So this is pretty much, a lot of real life examples where you may have an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that doesn't really like you so much, and they're going to try one of these on your car and do collateral damage. So we're going to show you that just to see how it holds up. And as well, I've got a very coarse brush here which kind of simulates going through drive-through car washes. It's just very abrasive, and we'll just see what it does to the surface that is untreated compared to the treated surface. And then also here, this is a 9H scratch test. So I've got the 9H pencil here, and I've got a 1 kilo block. Essentially what this does is it's a 1 kilo block of weight that pushes onto the tip of the pencil. You've got wheels here, and essentially you just drag it across the surface, and you'll pretty much see that if it's untreated, there'll be a line or indentation on the treated panel, and that is essentially the test with that. So with the graphite coating, we are 9H certified. So having said that, we're going to show you exactly how it holds up when we run the 9H test here. And also, before we get into that, I just wanted to debunk something that has been, I guess, overstated by a lot of paint correction or ceramic coating manufacturers, is that they claim it's 10H on the MOH scale, or they claim that their products are scratch proof. I just wanted to debunk the myth that what these manufacturers claim is completely false. So if you don't know, ceramic coatings are pretty much a sacrificial layer that can be applied on a surface to protect the clear coat of your paint, and essentially the elements, it will provide a layer of protection against the elements when you leave your car outside parked under the tree, when a bird poos on your car, or when you're driving and there's a little bit of chips and rocks here and there. Or provide some level of protection against the elements for your vehicle. However, they are not scratch proof. So I just wanted to state that out there before we get into today's video, because what I really wanted to emphasize is what the damage would look like if there was no coating at all, and what it would look like if there pretty much is a coating that's applied on the surface. So what we have on the left hand side is the graphite coating that's been applied. There's 5 layers of coating there. From what I've noticed, usually with other companies, when they do run this sort of durability test, is that they apply 9 to 10 layers, which is quite a lot. Here I've applied 5, and we'll see how that goes today. Other than that, let's get started to the test. So what we have here is a lighter, and this here is a untreated panel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scuffing it. So before I get started as well, a lot of these tests also from the manufacturers, they do these tests, but they never run it under light to provide you the full visibility of damage. So I've got a LED light right under this, and what I'll do afterwards is shine it on and try and give you the best visibility possible of the damage that these objects have caused. So the first test here is a lighter, and this panel here has not been treated with any coatings whatsoever. So let's start the test. Alright, so let's have a look at that. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of scratch marks. I'm just gonna wipe it off as well and see if there's any sort of damage there. So you can see there's little lines down here that it has left. I'm not sure if you can make that out, guys, but you can see right there that there's some lines on there, and that has pretty much caused some scratches, as you can see. You can see the scratch marks right there, and there's some scratch marks around, I don't know if you can capture that, but right here. And yeah, it's pretty much left some indentation marks on there, and you can certainly feel it. So I'll try and show you again that it's, yeah, so you've got one mark there, some scratch marks here that you might not be able to see, but there's definitely marks there. You can see the edge of the lighter, it's kind of nicked off because I've been hitting it. So that's the first test. Now let's try it on the graphite coat. So let's give that a go now. Alright, so let's have a look there. So I'm just going to wipe this off. Okay, so this has fared a lot better. You can't really see any scratch marks here. With the left, you can see that you can't see any scratch marks there. I'm trying to provide as much visibility. And then with this one, you can see that there's some scuff marks and scratch marks. So far, we notice a difference straight away. You can see that on the left-hand side, there's barely, I can't even make out any scratching. On the right-hand side, you can see that there's scuff marks. So that's the first test, which it's passed. Now for the interesting one, the keys. So you've got a girlfriend or boyfriend that doesn't like you so much, and they've decided to get your keys to scratch your pride and joy. And let's see how that really fares on the untreated surface. I already knows how this is going to turn out, but let's have a look. All right. Ooh, nasty. Okay, stop there. Alright, shine it there. You can see clearly there's a lot of scratching, quite visibly so. There's, yeah, it's done pretty much collateral damage to this. and yeah, you can make out that there's clearly scratches. Now let's try that on the coated surface and give that a go. So let's go at that. Okay. Alright, so I've just done that, some scratch with the keys, and this is the untreated surface where there's no graphite coating that's been applied, lots of scratches, and then this is the test with the graphite coating. As you can see here, the untreated surface, you can clearly make it out. It's really like night and day, as you can see. So that there is untreated and treated. So you can barely make out that there are scuff marks at all on this panel here. There's just very light scuff marks. Now, this simulation is essentially a really coarse brush. It's something that a lot of people that don't know how to clean their cars, they may use something coarse, improper washing technique, using improper equipment, or even taking it to a car wash. This will pretty much kind of simulate that. This is actually very coarse, and what we're going to do is test it on the untreated panel just to see what that damage would look like, and then give it a go on the treated panel. So let's get this started. Does not sound good. Okay. So you can see that there's a lot more fine scratches on there. Put it towards the light, but you can see that there's little swirl marks now on the panel. Yeah, right there. I'm just trying to get it towards the light. But yes, if I shine it like this, you can see that there's swirl marks everywhere. And yes, that's what you'd expect from a non-treated surface. Now let's give it a go on the graphite panel. Okay, so you can see that there are, I can't even see, there's very small scratches or little, I can't even make it out. As you can see with the test that we just did before, shine against the light, you can see that there's marks from the test that we did previously. Now I'm going to do the same to the graphite treated surface. As you can see, there's definitely not as much. So I'll just shine this again. That's the untreated. And that's the treated here. Can't really make out too many marks compared to this right here. Alright, so the last test is pretty much the 9H scratch test. As I mentioned before, this is a 1 kilo block with a 9H pencil. So what I'll do is start from the top of the bonnet and go all the way down, and let's see on the untreated surface what that would look like. So I'm going to start up at the top and then slowly drag down like that. You can see that there's a giant line that goes down and it extends all the way to the end. I'll just quickly try and wipe that off. Now, as you can see, it starts there and it goes all the way down to the end here. Now let's try it with the graphite coating. Alright, so gonna start same process. Gonna take it all the way down. Okay. As you can see on the left hand side, there's no visible line. On the right hand side, there is a line and it didn't pass the test. And that pretty much concludes the video, guys. So thanks for tuning in. And what we'll do with the graphite coating as well is we're going to pretty much run it through a chemical test. So that's putting it to non-pH neutral products. And then after applying it, seeing whether there's water beading and water sheeting that still occurs, and just show you how durable it is from a chemical perspective. So stay tuned for that video. Thanks guys. Catch you around.